Hello, today we are looking at drawing a self-portrait using a guide such as this, which will help you get all the features of the face in the right place, using a photograph that's black and white, and hopefully you'll end up with something where you have all the features, the eyes, the nose and the mouth and the ears in the right place. So if we're going to make a portrait, we're going to draw a portrait, your first step is to take a photo. So here's a photo that I took. Now, as you can see, she's got a very straight face, and that will actually help you. If you go for any kind of expression, including a smile, it can be more difficult to draw and get the features in the right places. So for learning to draw a portrait, I would always start with a straight face. And it's better if you don't do a selfie. It's better if you get someone to do it for you. And the reason for that is it will look, if you do a selfie, you can't hold it far away enough from yourself, so it will look, because the lens of the camera is slightly curved, it will make your face look kind of bigger than it is, and it'll distort the features. So what that means is the eyes and the nose and the mouth might not look as if they're in the right proportion compared to each other. So it's better if someone else takes the picture for you and they have the camera at eye level. So the camera should be at your eye level, and they should just be about 1 meter away from you, at least, possibly more. And so as you can see, the face here doesn't actually fill the entire screen, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so our next step then is to turn this into black and white, because this will really help us, because we're just going to sketch a portrait just using a 2B sketching pencil and nothing else. So we go up to edit. This is an iPad, but you use whatever it is you might use. It could be done on a phone or whatever it is that you might use to do yours. So first of all, I'm going to crop it. So I use the crop tool here. Press on that, and I drag the corners in a little bit just to make the face now fill that area. Keep the shoulders in if you can. Okay, and so that looks pretty good. And now all I'm going to do is change the color. So I go to this symbol in the middle here, and I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and there'll be 3 different ones for black and white. So one will be mono, one will be silver tone, and one will be noir. And the one we want is mono. If you choose one of the other ones, it's okay, but this one is better to show all the shadows and all the features in the right places. So I'm going to click done. I'm going to press done there. There we go. So there you go. That's how that looks. Now, when I printed it, first time it came out like this, and this is it looks quite dark. So there on the screen, it probably doesn't look as dark as it actually is in real life. So what I did was I changed it so it ended up looking like this. So if I put them side by side, you'll be able to see. Let me just zoom out a touch. So you can see that the one on the right here, I've made sure that you can see all the features. So I've increased the brightness and the contrast. So how do we do that? It's best if you do this bit before you even print it. So we go back to edit, and we go back to oh yeah, it's already on it. It's this one here. And it'll go through the different ones there, and it's basically a case of playing around. Quite a few of them do something very similar. So if I move that up and down, you see it gets darker there. Here it'll get brighter, brighter. That's actually not a bad one, exposure. It really brings out the features a bit more. But if you go too far, some of the shadows disappear altogether. So that one's exposure. This one is brilliance. That one's pretty good, not as harsh as exposure. Yeah, so that one's pretty good. So yeah, I would print it on that one. Brilliant. So there's others there. Highlights, shadows, they all do something very similar. Contrast is a good one. Basically, what we're looking for is we want the dark areas to be nice and dark, but we want the lighter areas to be nice and light, and we don't want too much shadow on one side of the face, just so we can see all the features clearly. We're just looking to see if we can see the features clearly. There's brightness, another one. In fact, brightness is a good one there. There we go. So yeah, I would probably use either brightness or exposure. Those were the two that really brought out the features and got rid of the shadows on that left side of the face there. Okay, so I think that's the one I did use, and it produced a photo that looks like this. Okay, so the next step is for us to start drawing.